Hey YouTube, this video is about divided and conquered. Okay, whether we realize it or not, we are a race of people that are divided and conquered, right? Because this case has, the Kenneka Jenkins case, has brought us together, and it also has torn us apart in the middle of still not getting justice, still not getting real answers for what is taking place, and now we are separated. Okay, so I just wanted to take us back to how we were divided long ago. You know, when we were in, I'm going to say direct slavery, because now I consider it as indirect. We still are, but we do it to ourselves, and it's not noticed as much as it was directly knew that you was a slave. Okay, so back in direct slavery, you had the house Negro and you had the field Negro. Okay, the house Negro was elevated, had a better position. Okay, because in the house, you butler, maid, you're able to have access to information and knowledge that the field Negro didn't have access to. They're out there from sun up, sun down, eating scraps, tired, uneducated, as than the one that's in the house. Okay, so anytime they had secret meetings, escape plans, you had the house Negro ratting them out, telling on them because they had a good position with massa, right? So they was willing to do whatever it took to make sure that massa was satisfied, whereas the field Negro didn't care about massa, wanted to break free. Okay, so you had them going up against the field Negro, but at the end of the day, they were also considered slaves. There was no difference between them, except for they had different positions and different access to different things, but they were still considered slaves. The master didn't think they were no better than a slave, but he made them and put them up against the field Negro, okay, to be a snitch and everything that went on. In other words, to be more loyal to him than the field Negro, okay? So that is what I compare this to today. We have some of us that have been infiltrated, right, against one another in this case, okay? Now, I don't know how they was, you know, divided, what made, what really caused the division, but all I can see is that it was based on subscribers, viewers, popularity, because this is just social media. Okay, you bring to your channel whatever you want. People follow that, like your content, and that is it. So I don't know. I'm not really understanding, but I see that maybe some people will put it into play to pass along he say, she say, to get people against one another. Okay. Now, I feel that in the beginning of coming together in this case, that we all should have had a meeting of the mind that, okay, what happens when we come together? Through history, what has always happened when we have tried to come together as a race of people? Hmm? Okay, we was dismantled all the way down to now. So the meeting of the mind should have been, no matter what happens, we are going to stick together in this, because if we stick together, we will be more further along getting justice than divided into single groups. Okay, we're not getting justice that way. So I think the meeting of the minds should have been point blank in the beginning. We're going to be divided if it's possible. And I feel that the gloves should have been on right then. Everybody should have been strapped right then, saying no, no matter how they come at us, we're not going to be dismantled. Now, you have some pawns out there who, lifestyle may not be that good, offered some things, okay, the same way Judas did Jesus, Yahusha. I use the Hebrew name for as most call Jesus. Okay, the same way Judas did Yahusha. Okay, the same way the Nation of Islam did Malcolm X. They were able to be bought in a sense for whatever the price was. Okay, that is what is happening now. I feel that there are some pawns in the middle of this causing a diversion and a distraction, especially since we had began to come together. This is one of our own. Okay, this is one of our own that has been slaughtered for whatever reason, and her case has been mishandled, not even got the national media attention as it should. Her story is only viral on social media. Such a tragedy, because right now all we know is that she died and possibly put in a freezer. Now we know that from evidence, okay, I'm only dealing with what has come out. We know that it wasn't her in the video, and we know that it wasn't her in the freezer. These were reenactments that were done to show what possibly could have happened. But the story is to us right now is that, this wasn't her, but this is what has taken place. She's died and froze to death, basically. Okay? So, whatever it is, it's tragic. She's one of our own. We should be together so that these things won't keep happening. Or that when they do happen, we will be able to be together to bring forth the people, to put them, to bring judgment on the people who doing these kinds of things. If we stood together, okay, and the ones that, let's go back to the house Negroes, okay, you got some of us out there that's educated and can't understand that there was not an opportunity for us all, okay, to make it unless you join certain organizations, societies, right? Okay, once you join these organizations or societies, you are taking oaths and agree to whatever their agenda is. Okay? And so all have not done that. And there was never a place for all of us, because if we were all going to be elevated and promoted, we would just take over as a race. And we would definitely want to take over. Why? Because look at what has been done to us through history. Okay? What history tells us. Not just what they tell you in the history books, but dig deeper. And even just along with that, that's enough to make you want to take over if there was opportunity. So we haven't all had the opportunities to live above the lower middle class. Okay? So for those that get above that, to say, well, they could have got out if they wanted to. No, it was never positioned for all of us to get out. It was never positioned for us to be powerful as a people, because the people that have been most trampled upon, they wouldn't dare let us get powerful, because we all got something inside of us that can remember, that has happened to our people, and that still lives inside of us. Okay? So it was never positioned for us to be at the top. Not that many of us. And the ones that's making it are the ones that's agreeing to the agenda of massa. Okay? So those are the ones that are coming in, bringing division. Okay? That are considered the house Negro. they have been offered something that is worthy enough to divide their own people. Okay? So we need to understand that that is the case. That's always been the case. So we need to understand that let's stop getting bothered by certain things. If we put information out there, let's not be concerned with who's sharing what information. The main thing is that we need the information to go viral. We don't need it just on our own channels. If it's information that others are unaware of, we need it viral. Why are we holding on to information? That's just like what they're doing with us. They're holding back information on what happened to one of our own. They're not giving us all the evidence, everything that happened, not even the real video. So they're holding back. Why are we going to do the same thing that is being done to us, wanting to hold on to our videos? I'm hearing people say, you use my video, you use my this, you use my that. Why do you even care if it's about justice? If it's something that someone hasn't heard on, on a different channel because they might not be tuning in, let everybody hear the information. Okay, it should be viral. Everybody's making videos about her. They should all go viral. Everyone should have access to them because we all need to be aware. Once we understand that, then we will stop being divided about a video. Okay? And, it's just so sad. I mean, it really is just so sad. Okay? I'm kind of like just downhearted in how we were divided. Once I seen that power panel, I was like, oh my! I was so excited, like I was there, like I was a part. I really wasn't a part. I never got on the panel of any of them, but I was excited, okay, because you are my people, and I have so much love that you all had love for this case to push and to dig information, hard work, and I mean, anyway, much love to my peoples, and let's wake up. Let's understand. This has always been done to us, and I don't believe it's going to stop.